Okay, all right. We are live now. Good evening again. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yes. It's 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 10 p.m. Central Time. It's our Friday training. As you normally know, tonight we normally either have a product training or overcoming objections training. But tonight yesterday there were some questions that were not answered, and some people sent me messages inbox asking those questions, and I was like, you know what? uh, talk to EDs, and let's continue the Q&A because everything we do is business, right? Even if it's overcoming objections training, it's still business. It's still like we're learning what to say, what not to say in the business. So the questions yesterday, who has learned, type in the chat or unmute yourself. Who has learned a lot or something new yesterday just from the questions people asked? You can type you have, or you can just unmute yourself that because yesterday, I feel like yesterday was amazing, right? So, and we're going to do the same thing today. We're going to continue ask questions. And if no questions, I'm going to share also some concerns or something that I feel like we should be doing as well. But first of all, let me welcome you all here, every agent who is participating. But I want to also remind that if you are here and you have an agent in your team, please, you can excuse yourself for a minute and call them, ask them why they are not on the meeting, right? Because this is how we build teams. This is how we build our agency, by being held accountable. You guys who are showing up every day, you're going to go far. You're going to go places, but you want to bring everybody with you, right? So that's why tonight's training, let's continue the Q&A. Some people, they say they missed yesterday, but we can continue, but don't repeat the question because we can go back and watch the audio, sorry, the recording. Then we're going to have new questions tonight. And if there's some clarification on something, we may. But as you know, when I'm answering a question, I don't give a short answer, right? I break it down. So that takes time because I want like everybody to understand that if they recruit somebody new, they know what to explain. All right, let's start now. And by giving you guys the flow, but also the leaders here, you guys can start as well. ED Patricia, back to you or over to you. Unmute.
All right. Good evening to everyone on the call here tonight. Thank you for joining. Tonight really is just a continuation of what we had or what the discussion was yesterday, last night, right? We just figured that there were so many questions that were asked, and because of time, of course, we had to leave some unanswered questions. So today's really just a continuation. So if you had any questions yesterday, or maybe you didn't have an opportunity to ask those questions, tonight will be the night. Okay, and we're gonna keep it, on time. It's Friday night, I know. So I really want to appreciate your dedication and your determination to, keep going and learning and wanting to do, good for you, yourself, and for your business as well. So together we'll do this. Really, that's about it. So if there's any question, it's an open floor, feel comfortable, and you can go ahead and ask those questions. We're here to help you understand what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah. Anybody with a question, this would be the time. Anything, it doesn't matter, whatever question is. There's no silly questions, right, when it comes to business. If you've been asking yourself, or you're wondering what's going on and stuff like that. I know, Mr. Neil, you had called me earlier today. Was your question answered? You're muted, sir. Okay, well, he's still muted. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a
Dr. Mputu cleared it for me.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So that was a good recommendation, wasn't it?
It was, oh yeah.
Yeah, I say call him and he'll
Yeah.
be able to answer. You know, that's what we do on this platform. We're here for one another. You know, if I'm not able to, then somebody out there will be able to help you. And Dr. Mputu, thank you for that. Anybody else who has a question, guys? I know you got questions.
Yeah.
Or just even go ahead, Patty.
Yes, I have a question. My question is, let's say I have a policy for my son. So my son now is like is now old enough that I can transfer. At what time can we transfer a policy to the son? And also by that time, when you transfer, does he have also to get the new weight, something like that, the weight and all kind of stuff?
Mhm. As soon as they hit 18 years old, which is the they are not minors anymore. You have right to transfer, and ownership transfer does not require underwriting.
Okay.
It's just you, the insuring is what require underwriting. So they are not going to insure the person. He's already insured.
Okay.
Right. So now you're just going to give, hey, I'm not going to have the power to withdraw, to take loans, to request this anymore. I'm giving this power to this person. Now they are adult enough. They are, however, that's when you can also choose, okay, they want to start paying or, but for me, it's about responsibility. Even if you are signing to this person, are they responsible to be following up yet? Because 10 years old doesn't turn a kid to be responsible, right? You can always, wait until they are 25, they have that first job. They're also going to be the payer. So they understand the reason why they are the owner of this policy.
That's right.
Okay. That's my humble recommendation when it comes to that, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no underwriting, and at some point you can just assign everybody above 18. You just need to put in a form, request a form, and then you both sign, and then you send it to the insurance company. And that can be done through the portal as well.
Mm-hmm. And I can just add the emphasis to that. Even though that, they can, you can, assign them to continue with the policy at 18, just like he's saying, responsibility for them to understand. Imagine you've had this policy for the child, maybe for the last 18 years, and then you give them that responsibility and they're not stable enough or, really responsible enough to understand. And then they don't, they lapse, like they don't continue to pay for the policy and everything. And then, you've put in so much money, put in so much. So really 18, yes, they can, you can transfer that to them, but wait until they're responsible enough when they start working and they can continue and they see the value of the policy and everything like that. At that time, you can continue to, yeah. So it's very, very important. Yeah.
Also, in addition to that, even though you can give them ownership and you can keep being the payer of that policy.
Mm-hmm.
What if you have paid some money? The child key, sometimes they leave your house, they're not under your leadership anymore, and they start withdrawing the money. And then in a few months, because now they have the right, they have the power, and you cannot stop it. As soon as you give them the ownership, there's no say you have on that policy. So now they are 6K, and you know what? They go ahead and withdraw that thing, and then the next day it lapses again. As soon as maybe your kids may be really clever and all that, they may not do that, but again, that is the power you're giving them, right? So you just did good to get them the policy and all that. Just and also for your own sake, remember you can just use this policy for your own advantages, putting more money, grow and withdraw, and it's both a policy, but so use your judgment when to really give them. It's like a house. If you had a house, would you say, I'm just giving this 18-year-old, they will be Paris every single day, if you give them, here's your house right now, you can do whatever you want now, so it's more like how do you see the situation? But yeah, thanks, great question. All right, let's be quick. Let's not spend this buffer time. Question to question. That's what we want.
There is one question online there.
Let's start using the arms now, right? So we know who's next. So now, what's your question, Pathy? And then we go to Christine, Pastor Christine.
No, I don't have a question, but I saw a question online. They say, can Dr. Mputu share the response to Neil's question, please?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. We don't know even what the question was.
I know. So maybe we can skip that.
What if it was a personal question?
Yeah.
I don't know. So unless Mr. Neil is there, he knows what the situation is and asks the question, then we can hear the answer. Otherwise, we can move on.
Yeah, I listened to Mr. Blake talking about the Everlast IUL, the Everlast. So I was trying to find out what is the difference, because it's something new. Does anybody knows the difference between that Everlast and the Pacera? So it was in that position that I had to call ED. And then she said, I should contact Mputu. And Mputu gave me a breakdown properly. So that was the question. What is the difference between the Pacera and then the Everlast?
Okay, great. So instead of now giving Dr. Mputu a floor to answer, let's see if he did a great job in answering, or if you did a great job in hearing what he said. So tell us, what's the answer?
Well, yeah, Dr. Mputu told me, in fact, he took me a long journey. That was a great guy. He told me that Everlast, what F&G is trying to do, is something similar to Transamerica's solution, Transamerica solution. That is just a kind of a product for final expense.
Mm-hmm.
So he started telling me that they were legacy with all different carriers and what they are different names. Telling me that for Transamerica, sometimes they don't insure people more than 50,000, 35,000 for some of them, some 50,000. But this one, that F&G has up to 100K for a class and the 50K for some other class of people. So that was how he delved into it and explained it to me. So I just discovered that, okay, it's not something that one can say they want to write a policy for 500,000 or so, So I was thinking that if something that I can choose, I have a couple of policies that I'm thinking, I said, okay, what is the difference? Is it something that is going to perform better than the traditional IUL that we are dealing with, like the Pacera? So right. I discovered that it's just fine, for restricted situation like final expenses.
Okay. All right. Let's hear now Dr. Mputu adding to that. Doctor.
Yes, yes. Good evening, everyone. Can I just share my screen and show where to get answers on this type of question? It's gonna be fast.
Sure,
Absolutely.
go ahead.
Okay. So this is Monday's training. I open here, go to learn. Products. Under products, we go to new insurance snap view. Insurance snap view. You click there, and then you see every type of product that you want to check. So I spoke about these final expenses. Let me just do this. Final expenses are here. All these companies, they do final expenses, all the names here. If you click on one like American Amicable, you see what the final expenses does. It's between 2.5 to 35,000. The maximum is 35,000 first amount, and it's from 50 to 85. And they also have Everest Funeral Concierge Program. So if you come to Transamerica here, for them, they do this 1,000 to 50,000. They can also offer for those who are below 50 years. But on this list, we don't see FNG. But when we come to IUL, we click on IULs, we see the first one is Passer, and the Everlast is right here. The Everlast is right here. When you click on Everlast, this is everything I was talking about. Everything is good. I'm talking about. Sorry for that. So here's Everlast. Coverage amount for those who are 46 to 80, maximum is 100K. From 0 to 45, maximum is 150. So this is all the details of Everlast. Then you can go in and see other details. So it's learn, product, then insurance snap view. You can go to any type of insurance and you see the details when you click on. Yes, it is just.
Wonderful. Wonderful, doctor. Simplified and easy to understand. That is absolutely right. So these every company has different type of policies according to the individuals. Of course, when it comes to Transamerica has FCIUL, which is Financial Choice IUL, and then FFIUL, Financial Foundation IUL. And then you find out that Pacific will have also different type of IULs, but how do you know which one is for the client? Is by learning these products, right? By learning these products, by doing illustrations for, but also by calling the company itself, the sales team. They are always there to explain. We can only give you so much, but when you call that number, I will post in the chat if you don't have a sales they can run illustration for you. They can in terms of when you know want to know the differences, right? Because we tend to lean on one because this is the traditional IUL we are running, and that is the best on the market. That is the best that with the higher returns. But some other policies may just be on the protection side, just like Dr. Putu said, just the protection, like all death benefit, right? In terms of final expense is more like burial insurance type, is of course they can just go with the burial itself, or they can go more where the beneficiary is going to get something as well, right? That's what they call final expense. So I'm not going to add more from what he's just explained. But the best thing also to do is to dig deep with the insurance company as well.
There's also a query there. Lesa was asking about an 80-year-old. So when it comes to an 80-year-old, honestly, an annuity is the best. Okay. With IUL, it's the cost of insurance is high. The premium is going to be so high for 80-year-old because they're at risk. They're so, they've progressed in age. So an annuity is better at that time because if they have qualified money, then they can just put a lump sum in an annuity that will help them, to maintain, until the end of their life, whatever that money will be there for them because of the accumulation and everything. But when it comes to IUL, you cannot recommend an 80-year-old for that. That's just my, understanding, because IULs are really mostly, if you look at it, it helps you accumulate your cash, grow your money. So when you look at 80 years, how many more years do you have really that you can maxi fund that account to grow that money? You understand? And also when you look at the age limit, it's going to be so high, it's not worth it. So always recommend if that maybe even with term life at 80 years old, I don't know if it's also going to be high. Final expense would be an alternative for our 80-year-old. That is, my response to that. Leaders, you can add to that.
Absolutely correct. IUL is the middle. Anybody passes 67, to be honest, IUL hurt them more than it helps them. Because we've seen that the maturity of the IUL is the key. Everybody, even if a 20-year-old, if it's not mature, if there's no 15-year consistent, it's unless you max fund it, right? You max fund it in the early years. Other than that, the maturity is the key to leave it, to fund it. So 8-year-old, actually the insurance companies consider 82 as the life expectancy. Do you understand? So someone in 90, they are in a grace period. How do you call it? They're in a God grace period when they are 90, right? Normally they have lived, how many presidents, stuff, terms. Anyway, final expenses is absolutely right choice to go. And they will be approved because they'll be in the range, because term life, most people don't even get term at that age, So, and if they try to get term, guess what? It'll be maybe 1,600 or even 1,000 and above as a term life. So you're not giving them anything. So final expense, absolutely right, way to go. Oh, and annuity, of course, if they have money. Someone with $300, they may have, because now they've been, how many years? Since 65, they've been in retirement for 15 years. They have run out their money left, right? So, but if they have a chunk of money, sure, annuity, because it may provide also that death benefit. But again, we look at protection at that age. They are not trying to live and comfortable. I mean, to make more money at that age, they're trying to leave something and not be a burden when it comes to long-term care. You see. Perfect. Let's move to Pastor Christine, and then Michael, and then Amos. Let's use the hands so we know everybody. Just leave your hand up. That's fine. Actually, everybody who has a question, just put your virtual hand up so we know the questions, how they are going to go. Yes, go ahead, Pastor Christine.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to ask, at what point can we get the presentation, like the copy of the presentation, to be able to have it or practice it among ourselves, and also then maybe present to our ED for approval, something like that, that now, okay, you got it, or give you some corrections so that we can be at a point that we're able to actually present to clients. And then secondly, are we going to be able to have a training on annuity? Of course, we're also reading about it, it's our personal responsibility to read more, to understand, but I just want to know whether there can be a point where it will be, you can show us how the annuities are done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's start with the second one. This meeting was supposed to be an annuity training, but the person who was going to train did not make it. So we had to reschedule. So we're going to reschedule for next Friday. That's why I didn't even see the flyer. Once it's set and scheduled, you're gonna see the flyer because everybody needs to be here, right? For the annuity. So next Friday should be good for that annuity training. It's somebody from Quantum. His name is Alton. So yes, it's really, really good that we get into annuities, and annuities, of course, they pay is good. Also, it helps those folks who have their money they want to roll over or they want to fund up front. Second questions. So this presentation that the presentation we have, I don't know if you guys see the way we are doing this thing. We're trying to see everybody can be equipped with knowledge to close their client without using a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so the presentation is what we have is also is available in Experian, right? The one we have, we just tweaked it and add some more information like compound interest and all. But if you go to Experian and you see the BTO over there, you search BTO, you will have a presentation, but more talk about the company and what we do as a corporate, you know, how we help clients, the mission and all that. But in terms of when it comes to close the clients to buy a policy, the knowledge you have is not the PowerPoint you show. So the knowledge you have, you'll be able to, unless you feel like when you are reading, that's when you are able to get the points together. Normally, you need EFA to know how to do discovery and how to do illustration. Then you can demonstrate the benefits of this product. Reason why, what if you go with the presentation that says IUL, but normally the client does not qualify for IUL or doesn't know even, they are not fit for IUL. Now you did a whole 1 hour presentation of IUL, but you come to find out this is not the right fit for them, you see? So that's why we're trying to see now, is it okay to give that PowerPoint to use it for BPM? Sure, we can, and then you master it. But we don't tell, because that's what I saw with different companies where they have structured something. They say memorize it, always point it to in front of your client and close them that way. It's okay, but if you can only observe or absorb those information into your head, not just to because that can be a boring thing in front of your client. And also,
it took time.
It can be also overwhelming information where most clients may say, I'm going to think about it. You just shared too much. I'm going to think about it, you know. But if you, sometimes you can even copy the benefits of IUL from ChatGPT. I mostly use this ChatGPT as a point of just explaining the client when I go to ChatGPT and then I ask 10 benefits, at least 10, or you can even do 15, 10 benefits of IUL. This is a public information where you don't even have to lie or to do anything. It will just go ahead and explain something that you're going to explain in illustration. It's here. The Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. You have that tax-free death benefit. Your beneficiary receive death benefit income tax, providing financial security. Guess what? Your cash value also grow in IUL tax deferred, meaning you don't pay taxes on the gain as long as they stay in the policy, right? Marketing growth, the cash value grows based on, you can probably explain the way downside protection. There's most policies have 0% flow, meaning your cash value won't decrease due to market downtime. Tax-free withdrawing loans. Living benefit, your policy offer exceeded death benefit, chronic, critical. These are things you need to know. Can you put in them in your PowerPoint? Absolutely. And with the structure and visual and everything, you just need to know these benefits. After you explain what it can do, no limits or whatever, estate planning, wealth transfer. After this, then you know how to do your know your client. Then you know how to go and do the numbers. Again, that is like at least my way going forward, because I've seen where people dodge or avoid to learn what it is about the product, and they rely on what we call blue screen presentation. They feel like that's what the clients need to know. That's all. But once you know what's in there, is what it makes it. The rest is visual. Compound interest is compound interest. Living benefit, you don't have to use someone's picture to explain what can happen, right? Now, so it is what it is. But again, maybe other leaders can just add to this. But these trainings we are feeding every day is knowing, making sure that you equipped yourself to know how to approach, and no boring your client, no oversharing your client, information to your client. That's my take to that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I needed to know that because I didn't know the strategy that you're using, because I came from the another side where there was kind of like at this point you have to do this, or you have to have done this, and then you get this, so I just wanted to understand how it works here. It's great. Yeah, I think really, as you say, just learn it by heart. Actually, I don't feel that I need to do the presentation to actually get somebody to sign up. As you said, just understanding the benefits of the IUL. And if the person does not qualify for that, then you just need also to know more about the annuities and the final expense account.
Use the illustration. Illustration is the best presentation you can give.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
But also with illustration, you don't even have to do just the summary. You can just open the whole illustration and talk about the living benefit there. And this is this is a tip to anybody, right? So when you have your illustration, real quick, when you have your illustration, when you go and then boom, log in, going to go to illustration real quick, and I'm not going to take too much of your time. Illustration, boom. I'm just going new case, and then you put the client's information, boom, everything you have here, path setter, and then instead of just some calculation, we'll just show what about when you do view and print illustration, view, So when here, this is the presentation, this is my presentation, right? So because you already showed them the summary, but also now this is it. This is a universal life insurance policy with index-linked interest, where it's going to provide your wealth transfer, your cash accumulation, living benefit, and other supplemental riders, right? So you will have critical illness, overall protection, terminal illness, and chronic illness rider. And you have monthly minimum no-lapse. You will have 7 pay of 12,000. If the maximum amount you can put in within your application, you can just say death benefit option. You can also, you don't have to do everything, and you can just go say, okay, look how the market performed in the last 20 years. Let me tell you, this is how other people are losing money in a 401k, right? Can you imagine in 2008, the money, somebody, if the 401k was investing in this index, they lost minus 19% of their money.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
But what about someone who had this in index? Did they lose their money?
No.
This is the index account I'm telling you about. And then 2009, guess what? The market went up. This person made 20%. They did not lose anything. They are not catching up, right? Somebody else is catching up. This person is already doubled now, 24%, because it's uncapped. The market is 21%, but you earn 24%. So to be honest, what else do I need to explain about how money grows?
Yeah.
And then look, the average, at least aggregated with the last 20 years, you got 10% aggregated average or geometric average on how your money will grow in the next 20 years, right? You see how your money is protected on when the market is down. You're earning. So, and then, but you will see that your 401k is mostly in S&P, and then it's either capped or that you don't have a flow, you don't have the downside market protection. Again, you can also even calm down if you structure the policy with the income. You will also, or when to stop. It will show us good results here. So to be honest, again, this can be your presentation if you really understand this.
Thank you.
Right. Michael. Oh, and did anybody that, by the way, sorry, Edie, or if not, we can move on.
No, I'm good.
Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Thank you, Dios. I'm happy to be here, and I will always be happy to be here. You guys rock it a lot for presentation you guys gave me and other agent. So I think my sister raised a question, and I'm sorry, I apologize for not being on video because my computer is acting up. So my sister raised a question, and I believe Dios give an answer. So in terms of designing annuities and IUL, so my question was similar to Christian that Dios answered. So I am good on that. My second question is, do we have to create work email, or should you just use your personal email?
Great question.
Yes, and the third question is, I think I didn't catch Dr. Maputo yesterday when he said he mentioned something in regard to the conference that will be held in Texas. The flight ticket, the group flight ticket, I didn't catch that, so I just want to touch base on that topic. If doctor can, at least repeat what I didn't catch yesterday. So
okay, all right, great. So annuity side, we're working on really good trainings to provide to all of you, and that was answered. And second question, do I need to create a work email for this business, right?
Right.
I'm going to tell you this. You don't need to, right?
Okay.
That is the answer. But on the other hand, it's good to have a separate email that you know that you are receiving only related emails regarding the business. Because Gmail is a free account. Everybody can just open a Gmail, right? So if you look, for example, I have several emails. Actually, that is just few of them. And you can also use Xperia email. Everybody has Xperia email, right? But most of people you may not be able to check this Xperia email to it. So you can even add it to Google. It's part of your platform fee. It's for free. where you receive everything Xperia, and if you're giving out to the people, you can also give this Xperia email. However, I would say people are used to Gmail or Yahoo, or just create a different email so you don't get overwhelmed, because we get so many emails. Unless like we meet and then or you create folders, because if you see, I create folders in the emails here for one reason, so the emails can go like these congratulations. For me, they don't hit my inbox. They come here. Look, I never even go and look at them unless I have to, right? So that is if you want to just go ahead and create a folder like that. But and this is how it can clean your inbox, to not have overwhelming, like look, the product training, you receive them every day. But if you had only one email that is dedicated to this business, it's fine. Whatever that is there, it's about business. When you give into insurance company, the underwriter, you're going to go to check that email. So I would say it's not mandatory to have a separate email, but it's recommended. So you don't miss your car payment email because you got so many emails coming from Xperia or coming from insurance company because this and that. So I recommend, or if you have multiple emails, some people have different emails, choose one and say, okay, this is going to be one for the business. And you continue like that. But if not, create one, you go and change it in everything, change it, make it the business. You can even call it a name that is going to always show you that is the email. So that is the work email, I mean. That is all I can say about that. The choice is yours. No mandatory thing here about that. The third question was about Dr. Mputu promotion tickets for the conference. He can probably repeat. From what I heard is that you can reach out to him if you want to pay the ticket on less, because he's looking now. Before we were paying $185 to go to buy the ticket, right, doctor? Now it has increased to $225 or $250. It's going to keep increasing. But if it's a group of 20 people, they get the discount of $185 because there are 20 people. He said he has 11 already confirmed. He's looking 9 more people. So if you are here on this call, you haven't buy the tickets to go to the convention, and you still want to just average the $185 like early birds we'd paid before, you can add yourself to Dr. Mputu list that he has, and then you qualify, the whole package of 20 people will be able to go ahead and leverage the $185, which now I'll say it's the best deal for now. Everybody here who's still planning to go, which is everyone should go, because it's going to be an amazing convention, over 3,000 people over there. And we're going to meet in person and, have lunch or dinner together, discuss everything we do here in person. So if you don't go this May, man, I don't know which other convention you're looking out forward to. So leverage this promotion that Dr. Mputu is planning, but the group plan that he has to, or in order for you guys to pay $185. And I also repeat, it's not flight ticket, it's not hotel ticket or hotel fees. It's the seat, because how are you going to sit in that arena, drink or eat, whatever they're going to provide? That's the ticket we are buying, the interest. Otherwise, stranger, everybody will be in that convention and will not have anywhere to sit. So this is the seat, the ticket. Like if you were to go to a Lakers game or anything, you will buy a ticket, right? So that's why we are purchasing. Dr. Mputu, did I explain well?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, Mike.
Thank you, Dios. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe I should also share the list that we have, so that those who want to add themselves, they can just add on that list, and then we take it from there.
I would say just let them contact you, right?
Okay.
So you can
All
add
right.
Yeah. So we're gonna be only sharing those who have confirmed maybe in the group and all that, right? Right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Actually, Michael, reach out to him immediately, like tonight. So he doesn't tell you, oh, we already filled up. So sorry, you know, you need to now you need to start your own 20 people group, which is gonna be hard. All right. Professor Amos.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you, ED, for the training, all our EDs for training, actually. Yeah, so earlier on, I had a question about the policy, especially for the elderly, those who are older. But I remember sometime back, I myself asked you a question about the death benefit option. And actually, we didn't have an answer as well on the call. But what I did is I reached out to Blake, and Blake was able to tell me to clarify on, you know, what my question was. So because I was like, why is it that most of the policies we put option B, and with one of the companies, it has that switch from graded. And I was just curious, how does it work with F and G? So he told me that so long as the client is still paying premiums, that policy stays in increasing, which is option B. But the time they decide that they're not going to pay the premiums, that is when you can help them, or they can call the company and switch the policy to level, because at that time, the cost of insurance is too high. So if they don't switch, it's going to affect their cash value. That was my understanding. But immediately they stop, and like, where I'm stopping after 15 years or 20 years, 30 years, that is when they call right away to switch to level. It doesn't matter what age. If they still pay the premiums up to maybe age 80, it can still be increasing. Yeah. So does that answer our question? I just wanted to give feedback because this was about 2 to 3 weeks ago when I was tasked to do that. Then the other thing is, if you want to know how to design a policy for your client, I know there are so many books out here we have to read, but I'm fortunate to have read most of these books. There's this book called Look Before You Leap, right here. That one will tell you anything about the policy you want to give the client, because it's non-biased. It will show you the good things and the bad things about the IUL, but the good things are many. So you have a better understanding. Even when a client asks you, why not giving me this product? You know, you can able to come here and reference, especially now, like designing a policy for an 80-year-old. Because when you look at page 31, it talks about an IUL as it compares it to marriage, you know, because you don't see the good things of you don't see the steps of marriage until you stay longer, until you have kids and now the grandkids, you know. That's how he was referencing it, and he was like, IUL marinates, you know, IUL needs a chance to marinate by showing patience and a bit of perspective. You unleash the IUL's productivity force to do exactly what it is designed to: build tax-free wealth safely and productively. So there are so many things. It's a very small book about, less than 90 pages. So you can sit on it on one day and get it done. But it will give you a better understanding on some of the questions that we ask here. Yeah. So I think I've forgotten some other question, but if I do remember, I will. But for now, that's it.
Wow. Amazing. Not adding anything to that. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, before we close, yesterday I prepared something to share, and then it's 3 screenshots with F and G, you know how they raise this compliance thing that we should let the client sign the policy instead of signing on their behalf? So this is what we can do. If you have a client out of state, it's not in person, it's virtual. I found that when you get to a point where it says you're going to, for client signature, right? Normally there's this, we hit sign now, right? But you can send email request for them to sign. Okay, so if they are in New Jersey, you are in North Carolina, at least now the IP address will show that they are signing in New Jersey. It's them signing it, right? So we can start using this option. The only problem I had with it is just for sometimes the client, you know, they say, I did not receive it. Oh, I will sign later, I will review, and then it becomes another follow-up thing, right? But in order to stay in the compliance, you know, realm, if it's not in person, it's virtual. Even if you are, you know, just, you can tell them, share your screen and let me see, let me help you sign that. And then they can share your screen and then they see if the email was received and then help them sign. Same, this is the insured part. Same with the owner. If it's the insured is the same as the owner, so be it. But sometimes the insured may be different and the owner may be different. You can both send them an email. And then if it's you can just, as an agent, signature choice for an agent, you know, sign now. You can use this because you don't have to send yourself an email. Just hit sign. Again, this is for the thing that was raised that most agents are. I know we're not doing this in our platform, in our Trusted Future. I know, and I hope we never catch anybody doing it. Designing a policy with our client's presence and then signing it and submitting it because the client gave them the information and all that. I want to tell you, that is non-compliant. That is non-compliant. Because your client is your mother, doesn't give you the right to go and you know their bank information or you have them and you design a policy that they don't have nothing about, just in case for you to get paid $6,000 so you can cover your mortgage. You know, I'm saying that it has been observed somewhere else. Not in this team and never in this team, right? Are you with me, guys? Where someone go because the system can, you know, you can put in the information and stay signed. We don't do that, right? The client, if it's a family relative, and so of course it's your kids that they are the minors, right? There is no signature for the kids. You're gonna do that. Be all that, or owner, agent, and signer, right? That is fine. But because your sister lives in Minnesota, and then you say, okay, you say you wanted a policy, okay, I'm gonna go, send me your bank information, I'll do the rest. And your social, I know your social, you know what I'm saying? And they are not here, they don't know what kind of policy you chose, and here, boom, put in a 25 or 20,000 in premium, you know? So that's why they've been observing those illegal transactions from groups somewhere else that I don't know. They mentioned it that we should never do it. Send an email to the client, let them sign so they understand this product. Does it make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yes.
Right, all right. Well, we are on top of the hour. Is there any other pressing matter that we have here? Going one? All right, so I know there are people who joined for the first time this training. I want to just give you a round of applause. You know, thank you for joining. I see you guys. I see you. You may not see that I see you, but you know, I see you. You joined for the first time. I want to tell you that we have this culture of trainings. Today was a Q&A session that was continued from yesterday, where we explain everything business-wise, the questions that we have with challenges and everything. But we start from Monday, where Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have onboarding, compliance, and recruiting training. Normally run by Dr. Mputu. And you don't miss that training, because that's how you grow your business. That's how you stay compliant. That's how you get contracted. That is Monday training. Then Tuesday, we have our BTO. If you don't know what BTO stands for, is brand, because we need to keep our brand, our image awesome. When someone is typing Xperia, they see good stuff only. So we keep our brand image good by providing great services and all that. And then there is timing. Gotta be on time. Gotta help people on time. We gotta keep time and all that. And then we have ownership, real ownership. So brand, timing, ownership, that is BTO, meaning where we share to everybody, agents, non-agents, people, guests, our meeting. That is Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 7 p.m. Central Time. Then Wednesday, we got true training sessions. 1 in the morning by great ED, Patricia Geiger. Illustration with FNG, right? For IUL at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Then in the evening, we have great, amazing teachers who help students who are studying for the license. It's a training session for non-licensed agents, those who are studying the course material to get licensed. It happens at evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 1 hour and a half. So if you recruit somebody, if you know somebody who's studying within our team, you need to get them on that training. You need to remind them. It happens Monday and Wednesday. Monday night and Wednesday night. I forgot about Monday. Monday, we have also 2 trainings, right? Monday night, 8 p.m. and Wednesday night 8 p.m. That is the routine for those who are studying, because we don't forget them. They are our future agents. Now, Thursday, we have evening training. We try to mix both for those who are not available daytime. So Thursday and Friday, it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, where Thursday we have sometimes NBT and AFA or Q&A, all right? And then Friday, sometimes we have overcoming objections or sales training or product training on Friday this time. Now we had Q&A continued. Then Saturday again is another great meeting. It's a motivational meeting, goal setting meetings, recap meetings, miscellaneous, where at 11 a.m. Central Eastern Time in the morning, where we meet licensed and non-licensed, both Canada and US. That's the only day we meet. Canada agents, they join. USA agents, they join. Non-licensed agents, they join. Licensed agents, they join in that meeting. And then we meet, we discuss, we motivate each other, we remind ourselves the reason why we are in this business. So that is our schedule. And then we rest up on Sunday, but some people don't. They go prospect at church, whatever they go to, they keep doing the business. But we pause on Sunday. We don't do no training, nothing. It's a family time. Go to church or go do whatever you need to do. And then we come back on Monday, we repeat, we keep going. So if you like what we do, be with us all the time. If you are not available in any of those trainings, we record them. This one is recorded as well. Then we have an amazing engineer who puts them on YouTube, our Trust the Future YouTube, and then send them to WorkVivo, another platform we use as licensed agents, so they can follow up what they missed. Those are our plans. And I'm going to say that together we're going places, all right? If you did not ask a question, reach out to a leader, we reach out to anyone who you feel like they can help you and ask them a way to move forward. But you gotta be attending these trainings. Don't miss the whole 60 because there's recordings. Because guys, when you're watching recordings, you are not able to ask a question. You don't have this live feel, right? But those now we're gonna in the future we're going to release another challenge. Okay, we're going to release another challenge. Do you know the challenge? Challenge comes with the prize. We're going to release another challenge coming up. We'll let you know. Last time we had a challenge of recruiting and putting in policies. Those who have met, they got iPads. I hope they are enjoying their iPads, right? We're going to release another challenge coming up, and you guys should be participating, including one with the training participation. Some people who qualify will just receive some prize, a great prize. By the way, these rewards that we provide, they help you in your business. It's not just for you. It's not candies, you eat and that's it. It's to help you in your business. So coming up, great stuff. Let me just stop right here, and so we can close. Edie, Patricia, have something?
No, I think everything, but a lot has been covered tonight, and hoping that everybody feels the same, that we have learned a lot with whatever was shared tonight. Thank you so much for all your participation. Really nothing much. Just have a great evening and get some rest. That's it. Thank you, Dios, for putting this together and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, awesome job.
Okay. Awesome. Great session, guys. Let's go enjoy our weekend and drink responsibly. And yeah, let's keep doing what we do. I want to say God bless you and thanks for everything you do. Thanks for every family you help. I want to shout out to all of you, Dr. Mputu, Edie, Patricia, Mr. Neil, Amos, Bienvenue, Karine, Christine, Deo, Didier, Monique, for me, Daje, France, Grace, iPhone, Kimberly, Lois, Margaret and Margaret O, Michael, Nick, Nolka, Patty, Petronier, Tony, Tosin, Victoria, everybody, you are highly appreciated, and thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Drink water. Drink water responsibly. Just water, nothing else.
That's right.
Okay.
These people who are on camera, they're already drinking some wine. Who knows what Michael is doing right now?